Welcome to Outlaw Woodworking. Today on Outlaw Woodworking, I'm going to show you how to take some scrap out of your scrap pile and make a really nice cutting board. This is one of my first cutting boards actually. I did make a charcuterie board, but this is my first just cutting board. And what I used, I took scrap out of my scrap pile, which is some spalted maple, and then also some pieces of walnut. And I think it turned out really nice, and I'm looking forward to giving it away for a Christmas present. And I ended up putting a walrus oil on it. Tomorrow I'll actually put some wax on it. But it really, the first day, it really only took about 15 minutes to make this. All right, let me show you how I did it. The first thing I did was rip down some of my spalted maple. It was 2 inches thick, and so I needed to rip it down to like 3/4 of an inch and make some pieces. And that basically took about 5 minutes. And once I had enough of the pieces that I thought would be good, I then ripped them down again to the right size. And once I had them all ripped down, I took some 1/4 inch walnut that I had scrap, and I cut, I don't know how many I cut, probably 10 of them to fit in between the spalted maple. And then I ended up adding a 3/4 inch piece of maple in the center of it. I thought that would kind of give it a cool look. And yeah, that's when I added the 3/4 right there. I thought it just added a little character to it. I then proceeded to glue the whole thing up. I should have glued it a little flatter. These clamps don't exactly clamp very good flat. I would have been better to use like a pipe clamp, but they still held really good. But a pipe clamp, you can put the pieces on the pipes, but this still worked okay. I ended up flattening it on my joiner. I then squared it up on my table saw, and once it was all squared up, I then took it over and I did a 1/4 round on all the bottom and the top of it. So you could basically use it on either side. And once I got it all routed, I then sanded it, and I started off with 80 grit and went up to 320, I think. But yeah, it came out really, really nice. And after I got the sanding done, I put the walrus oil, and the camera doesn't do it justice because it really looks cool. Yeah, it turned out really nice. I was really happy with it. Thanks for watching this episode of Outlaw Woodworking. I really enjoyed making this cutting board. It was super simple, and I think it'll make a nice Christmas gift. I'm looking forward to making a lot more of them, and with different shapes, and I think those would be nice for Christmas or birthdays. And this one really, it turned out nice, and I'm super happy with it. And I love this, I'm not sponsored by these guys, but I really like this walrus oil. So if you belong to the Walrus Oil Company and you want to sponsor me, it looks like I'll be using a lot of this stuff. Anyway, if you like the video, please subscribe, helps me out, and I will see you next time. Later.